These are the sheds that they would keep the livestock and some of the indentured servants inside. They would also keep slaves inside their.
Okay, so right here at Fort King George, this is where they made their weapons and all at the blacksmith. And that's it.
This is the place where the soldier peoples would sleep, and yeah. This is the actual fort that the soldiers would use as a retreating point when they were pushed back to their limit.
This is the mess hall. This is where they would cook their food and crap, and then this is where they'd also get drunk because they had alcohol here, which is what they mostly drink every day. Jekyll Island was the place for rich people to go to who were invited for relaxation from work. They'd go mostly during the winter, so they wouldn't have to go through the harsh winters up in the north, and they could be in the warm south. People who invited were included the Rockefellers and others. They'd also go on the summers too. Jimmy Carter was born and grew up in Plains, Georgia. He still lives here and does church speakings every week. His home that he lives in is guarded by Secret Service agents, and he also has his own pond for fishing.
Plains, Georgia is also a place where peanuts are produced. Jimmy Carter's dad had a peanut farm, but sadly, his dad died and Carter had to take over and work there. At the time, he was in the Navy and wanted to serve his country, but since his dad died, he could not stay in the Navy.
In Plains, Georgia, they would as well plant several tons of peanuts.
Whenever Roosevelt had time, he would always visit Warm Springs to help him with his polio.
President Roosevelt got polio when he was 39 and was desperately looking for a cure. He found the Warm Springs, which didn't cure, but it did help. Franklin helped many people who were poor with the New Deal program. In 1941, Franklin had the U.S. join World War II after Japan bombed Hawaii. He designed his own car for being able to drive with polio.
Warm Springs was able to help Roosevelt with his polio by having a pool with a very high temperature in the water. This was able to help him feel much, much better. It was also able to help him relax and exercise even in his polio state. Roosevelt died with a stroke on August 12, 1945. Warm Springs was not just for President Roosevelt. It was for every single citizen in the United States who had polio.